I can never hear this song anymore and not think of Gerard. Hi, Bright Arma. Hi, Skyus. It sounds like you're having a fairly decent night. And Caesar chicken salad's very good. We ended up just grabbing like Domino's because everything feels like it's been a heckin' lot. I don't know if this is telling me what I have or what I have access to, but it's fine. We were originally going to see about finishing up Floppy Night, but oh, can I move the button? Can I move the button? Not quite. Bigfoot apparently strikes again. Apparently. That's neat. But yeah, we basically just did that because neither one of us was feeling up to going to the store. Or really attempting to cook things. A lot of it has honestly been doom scrolling. And I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do solo. I did grab the Nuzlocke file off of the other computer. So I do have that. I just need to set up the format I had going for it. And I did not think to try and set that up until after dinner. I'm like, oh, you know, what would probably take a while? Setting that up. It probably wouldn't take super long. I just want to be able, I think, to have a little bit more time to be able to look through and remind myself, okay, how did I actually have this set up? Because I pretty much remember it. Thank you, Skies, for 100 bits. That's sweet of you. All for cleaning the locomotive. I don't know why it wants me to change nozzles, or specifically change to... Well, I guess just a rolly wheel. I don't know why it's sending me through tutorial. I've done this. I've done this game, I promise. I can stay still and just... Okay. Okay. It actually has shown me one thing I did not know. I don't know how I feel about this though, so I'm not gonna do it. Oh, no. E. Okay. Okay. I think it got all the tutorial bits out of the way. Hi, Lane. Hopefully volume sounds okay. It seemed like it was on the volume mixer. But if it's still a little loud, let me know and I can always turn it down. You have app timers set to stop yourself from doom scrolling. Sometimes turn them off for stuff I really want to finish, but it helps. That's fair. I'll just sometimes absentmindedly go and look at stuff. A good majority of my Twitter is art stuff. But obviously there's more deeper stuff that will come up as well. And lately at night we've just been watching anime before bed to kind of also not think about doom scrolling of things. For the most part. I'm very much, though, I have to be tired when I commit to try and falling asleep. Because if I just lay there and try to let myself find sleep with just closing my eyes, I'm just gonna think about everything. And I'm just gonna be up anyway. But I'll be good. At least in terms of, I usually just, try to go find a comic to read or something like that. And a lot of the comics I tend to gravitate towards is just kind of like cheesy romance comics. A lot of what would help before getting to sleep is being able to having worked out at some point during the day, but I'm also still trying to kind of take it a little easy on my leg. Because the moment it felt better, I did try to do stuff and then it got angry with me. So it was like, okay, you just need a little bit longer, I guess. So I'm just gonna leave you to it. Okay, that is clean. That is actually clean. Yeah, and Doig Swift is on usually pretty late at night. So I'll usually do that too. I did also set up the voting doc for chat being able to pick game to stream. And I realize that it's probably going to be a while before it comes to it or anything like that. But people had done quite a few suggestions, so there's a fair chunk there. I also found out yesterday that apparently Sonic 06 was not on the Xbox 360 store until recently, because they were like, hey, we added this. You can do it for $5. It doesn't seem like there's much of a cloud gaming aspect to it. So I wouldn't have that, but it's funny to think about the fact that after, what, 15 or so years or something? Probably not as long. Probably not that long. But a good chunk of time, that game has been out to where it's only now on Xbox. That is good. He's been peeking at Zillow a little bit to see what kind of houses are on the market right now for the area that we were looking at. So that's been kind of neat. And also reminds me that housing stuff is sometimes kind of weird. And I mean this in the sense of people deciding that their house needs to have 3-bedroom but 4 bathrooms type deal. Or just an even greater influx of things. I've seen some where it's just like, they're like maybe 2 or 3 bedrooms, but there's also like 5 or 6 bathrooms. And some of them are half bathrooms, but you don't need that many. That easily could have been another room. Oh, they're still quite a bit dirty out with this, actually. Actually, for some reason it has like the weird tip thing for chat. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. That's the only thing I can think of with it. Maybe for people that want to host super big parties. I know for me, if I needed that many bathrooms for what I was hosting, I don't think I'd want that many people over at any given point. If I have so many people over where I actually need 6 bathrooms, I'm worried where I am in life. Being like, how anxiety driven am I right now? Maybe for swingers for sect parties? You know? You have a point there. All of that is just super fucking orange. Hi, toucans. I hope you're doing good. I don't think it should take me too long to be able to do this train. Definitely the thing on the docket to try and get cleaned that they added is the gnome mountain. Not gnome mountain. Gnome fountain. I goofed. Nice. I keep saying I need to get back into it, and anxiety is just like, I don't quite remember where I am, and I also don't want to start a whole new character over. And I'm sure I can find people to play with, but also, I am sure I am far enough behind where it would basically just be, hey, help me with this. Okay. Now I won't need your help for, I guess, at least a good chunk of time. And that, I fundamentally, with a lot of online games like that, I want to be able to play with people all the way through. And there's a lot of things that you kind of have to do solo. And it's just like, I just want to play with people. I know that the only expansion I don't have was, I think, Endwalker. That was the new one, right? It was whatever the newest expansion is. But I am, story-wise, definitely very far behind. It's just I knew from the last expansion that I wanted to be able to get into it again. And it was going pretty smoothly for a time. But also it kind of sucked when the person that I was going to be playing with eventually just hopped over to something else. Okay, that bowl's not clean, actually. Oh, there's a lot of this that's not clean. Yeah, and I'm sure it happens. I just like getting to play with people. And part of me thought about doing a different game tonight because I know this can be semi-head empty where brain kind of goes back to all the things happening in the world right now. But also, I figure I don't have to stream for too terribly long. Technically. I could stream for long enough until I know that my brain's going down that route, and I could just be like, okay, we'll do the good nights. There is... And I saw a lot of posts that were trying to frame certain things positively, and my brain was just not having it today. It's just like, you know what? You shouldn't have to frame positively something that shouldn't have happened in the first place. But that's just me. I'm sure it's also a lot of other people. And there's not a whole lot that me or a lot of people can do about it right now at this exact moment in time. So that part sucks. So instead, we're just washing things. That is fair. Brain can just be meh sometimes without any outside influence with it. Indeed. We tried playing Apex earlier, and boy howdy, I was just getting mulled over by pretty much everyone that we we just kept getting jumped by people, essentially. We were playing ranked. We did run into a couple of groups of people where the matches were, there were like 5 teams left in ranked before the first ring finished closing, and it's just like, oh, so I guess we're playing with these groups now. It did not last long, unfortunately. No, definitely not. It was more, that one was more that I want to play with friends. But man, it sure is a time when a singular team just decides that you're just absolutely the main focus of all of their gunfire, and you're just down in 3 seconds. Which is just something that happens in Apex. Today was just not our day. Especially when dailies are trying to get 10 knockdowns in BR and I got 1. That is good. Yeah, and to be fair, we're playing a lot of ranked this season. Which, we kind of played a lot of ranked last season too. We just kind of figured, we're playing, we might as well hop into rank. And they made ranked so hard to try and progress. Especially when everyone got reset to basically the bottom. Granted, I know there's technically a rookie stage now, which I don't think was there before. I don't remember it being there before. I remember it just being bronze, but I could just be misremembered for the fact that I've only ever seen bronze. Oh my god, there's so much still left. I'm not cleaning this as thoroughly as I want to be. Yeah, I feel that. I still technically own Overwatch, but, you know. I'm not gonna give that game any more of my time. I don't care what they're gonna try to do to tempt me back. They can't do it. I can find neat robotic women in other video games. Huh, well, I guess there was more clean to that wheel than I thought. Man, there's just so much here. Also, I probably should be clear on it. I'm not looking for any advice for ways of coping with it. The way the world is right now and whatnot. Because I can assure you, there are plenty of things that I've tried to adapt in terms of coping for just how I process things and whatnot. This is just a whole lot of world of shitty right now. Oh, I don't expect anybody to. I don't expect myself to. I just figure I would probably make that clear, because I know there are people out there that want to be able to help, especially if they feel like going through similar things. And in this case, this affects a lot of people. But I already know how I kind of am with processing certain things, so all I can really do right now is basically take a break from looking at things to focus on other things, like cleaning, or arting, or other things. And even then, my brain might decide that it won't allow me to focus on those other things, which I'm pretty sure is just hard to explain in full detail, possibly ADHD. But hey, maybe I will be able to find out at some point, because I did do intake appointment yesterday, and that was also a lot. So, like, needed, of course. They need to be able to ask, like, nitty-gritty, let's get to the, like, core of things kind of questions to see if me going there is going to be suitable for me. But boy howdy, sometimes it's just rough to be like, hey, we've known each other for maybe 10 minutes. I'm basically going to lay my life story out for you. And I'm sure they've heard a good chunk of things that I had experienced, that I had talked with, was answering the questions for. But I feel like you can also tell when you've kind of thrown them a bit of a curveball. And there were a few times that my answer was just kind of like them kind of not expecting that and just kind of like trying their best to do just part of the process. And it's just like, oh, I'm sorry if I've made you awkward, even though that's literally your job. It can be, for shoresies. Necessary, yeah. Hard, also yeah. Especially for the fact that I've done therapy before. Granted, these questions for this intake appointment were much more not necessarily specific, but required more emotionally, like, resource, I guess, questions, I would say. I don't even know if that would be the proper way of phrasing it. But I should find out in the next month or so when therapy essentially would start of sorts. Because there's still a bit of a wait list. But now that they have this information, that basically gets it out of the way, and once I'm basically not on the wait list anymore, they can just go with whatever next step it would end up being, which is, I'm sure, assigning me a therapist and times and whatnot. Which should be interesting. I felt super bad for the dude though, because I had set up the computer to be able to do the audio through my headset because the mic was right next to the speaker, and I did not want this dude to have an echo because that is the worst thing you can possibly have when trying to have any sort of video call. And the computer just decided that, like, hey, I know you said that you wanted all of the audio to go through the headset. What if just this one Zoom call, we decided it comes through the speakers anyway? So he had to live with an echo for an hour. And I'm sure he's probably also used to that too. But I felt bad. Especially for the fact that I really didn't feel like I could put aside just a few minutes to be able to fix it. It was just kind of getting right into it. It's just like, oh no. I probably should give this my full focus instead of trying to tinker with whatever the headset problem is. And there's also, like, I probably could have told him to hold on a second, but I was also already a little anxious over everything. So I just committed to having the headset on my head to make it seem like I was listening to him through the headset, but he was definitely coming out through the speakers. I have that too. Yeah, brains be like that. Oh my goodness. That'll explain pretty much. I've been trying to think of also a kind of more generalized time frame of what I should have in terms of schedule for June. Because I would like to have solidified dates, at least in terms of the week of like, hey, like every Monday is a stream or every Tuesday is a stream type of thing, and actually have a proper schedule. Before, when I started this, it seemed like a lot of people didn't really stream at night-ish. So that's kind of the rough time frame I've gone with in terms of it. It seems like as of lately, I see a lot of later streams now, so part of me is like, oh, maybe I should consider having earlier streams. Not super early. I'm not gonna get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning type of thing. But maybe in the afternoons or something like that. And I don't know if that would be too much of a drastic change from what I've been doing for the last year. And I'm sure it would be. But at the very least, it would be a solidified time. And that's what I'm trying to kind of tell myself in terms of trying to decide the time. Trying to figure out your own schedule is weird at times. Especially when you're not sure if you're going to be throwing off too many people with changing things. Because I don't think I would necessarily mind getting up, nibbling on something, grabbing some coffee, starting stream. Because that was essentially what my customer service job was at one point. It was basically getting up, driving to the place, maybe getting something to eat, and just starting to take phone calls. I get you. And I want to make sure I'm clear about things too. Especially for the fact that I know things can be weirdly translated at times. It's not like you can necessarily see my facial expressions or anything like that. You just kind of have my voice to go based off of. Which is still a lot more than text, but there's still some stuff that it's without. And if my time from customer service has taught me anything, people have trouble determining your emotional standpoint of things at times without the addition of your facial features. And that is the case for a lot of people. Is this working out? Kinda. There isn't a lot of rust buildup on this. There's so much. Which actually also reminds me of the fact that, being that I meant to close the dock yesterday and didn't get to do it until later on in the night because I was doing the intake appointment stuff and I had forgotten to do it earlier. there was a three-way tie of Mario games, so I had asked Upcarnus to just put in a vote. And he specifically was trying to think of Mario games that people would not have picked. So he could have voted on them. And then made it a four-way tie. That is very true. That is very true. Well, at least this is getting cleaned pretty easily. Oh, wait, nope, I lied. Granted, I had found someone that had not voted, and they were able to put in just a vote to be able to call an overall winner. This one was just specifically for being able to 100% a Mario game that I owned or would be easy for me to acquire without like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So at some point, and I had thought about doing it tonight, but I should probably at least get a game off of the block of games that I've started. I'm gonna see about 100%ing Super Mario Galaxy, which will definitely be on the Switch because I have the collection that Upcarnus had gotten me that they had done. Not last year, but the year before, technically. Nah, you're all good. The only reason I had it do it that way is so someone wouldn't try to be able to potentially spam a singular Mario game. I wanted it to be as fair as possible. The only one I didn't put a limit on at the time was just being able to submit a game, because I figured if someone has a few games in mind they want to throw into the pile, that's fine. And if for some reason a troll decided to kind of pop in and try to suggest any weird games, I'm the only one who sees it, so I could just remove it from the pile. I'm sure there possibly would have been somebody. Why is this thing still not clean? Where are you still dirty? Oh, well, I guess that answers that. I don't particularly want to be hunting for all of the dirty spots after I've already presumably cleaned it. But yeah, anything that is in terms of a vote has a limit on it, because I put it there. Yeah. Granted, there was no trolls. At least no troll, like, submissions or anything like that. So luckily, that is good. I also don't mind it being a part of my normal process if I'm going to have chat vote for anything. Because you never know when someone is going to come in and decide that they just want to be the troll. Which part of this is still dirty? Well, I guess I should be using this, of sorts. Nope. Oh, well, I guess there's that. Small bit there. I like to think, though, that I haven't seen a whole lot of trolls is because of how I have things set up to begin with. So there is that semi-preventative measure, especially when all of the spam bots and whatnot were happening last year. I believe they're still technically happening of sorts, but I think the preventative measures that are in place are keeping at least a lot of them from this channel. I think I got everything on this side. Somewhere on here still fairly dirty. Somewhere on here. Water is very good, especially for the fact that it is starting to get hotter. And I'm sure a lot of people have not quite remembered hydrating. Specifically me. I am the somebody. My phone pushed the notification and I wasn't quite sure what it was for a second. Apparently I still have Clip Studio Paint downloaded onto this phone. So that's fun. So where? Oh. I just can't see it from here. Gotcha. There we go. There we go. This is coming together. Hopefully not missing too much. This doesn't seem too dirty, but oh well. Must have all been underneath. Oh boy. There we go. I probably could be using soap for this, but also, eh. That's still dirty? It's still dirty somewhere. Somewhere. I think that's accounting for the entire thing. Also, I realized, now that I think about it, when we had gotten Domino's, the pizza box was very old style looking, and I had thought about it, and I was just like, maybe they're just deciding to change up their boxing and whatnot. Well, what they were doing was they were doing promotional stuff for Stranger Things, being that that's back in the day. So they purposely did like an old style box for promoting Stranger Things. It was very weird seeing old Domino's box, but that was neat, all the same. Also, you know what? I realized I think I need to go to the bathroom. So you know what? I'm going to be right back. I'll still play the music, obviously. But I'll be right back.
Hope you're ready for some fun. Wow, they chose me. The odds are full of all kinds of math. Surprise! I hope I didn't scare you.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Lazy, for the raid. I stepped away to go to the bathroom. Of course, all the music stopped. Here, we'll put on something else.
Wow, they chose me. The odds are full of all kinds of math.
Thank you for the follow. Sweet of you. I hope you had a good stream, Lazy. I'm sorry I was late to seeing it. Wind Waker, nice. That is fair. We are just washing up some of the new levels. I don't know if this was new, but I know there are other new levels that were added in recently with their anniversary. Was it a normal Wind Waker or was it a rando? I've seen a lot of randos lately, so I don't know if it's a normal one or not. And yeah, there were some games that were compiled into the dock from Subathon. And whichever one ends up winning is one I'll play eventually on stream. Well, welcome in, everybody. That is fair. GameCube controllers are very nice. It goes pretty good so far. I got a later start than I wanted to, but that's just because I wasn't quite sure if we were doing floppy night tonight or not. As you can tell, we ended up deciding not to. And then I had to decide, oh boy, I have to make decisions on what it is we're doing instead. I did grab the Nuzlocke off of my other computer. I also realized I probably have to grab a few other things off of that computer as well. I grabbed quite a few art stuff off of the computer, but I still have other things I need to grab off of it. I hope you're all having a good night, or whichever time zone you end up being in. Isn't it? Of course, is on the couch. He's not too far from me. You're from... You're from the future, Rocky? I'm sorry you have to live in the future. But today was just a mentally lower day, so just taking it easy. Sorry, May 27th. Yeah, it's still the 26th for me, technically. I am not cleaning these wheels super well, honestly. Listening to the soundtrack just makes me want to play Banjo-Kazooie again. Especially now that I have an actual N64 controller for it. I don't know if my N64 controller would work for Banjo-Tooie if that ends up being the one that wins the vote, but I guess I can tinker with it and find out. I would like to think so, with it being Bluetooth, I believe? Went to class today. Teacher was teaching about a tool that you already knew how to work with. So you played XCOM Iron Man? And your squad died? Oh my goodness. And I imagine it's probably a required class, so it's not like you can just bounce out of it. There's still so much I have not cleaned. I have not played any XCOM. I know it's, I think it's semi-team based, if I recall correctly. But that's pretty much all I know of it. Is a mode, not a class. That's fair. I thought XCOM was a game. Unless you mean Iron Man is the mode, which would make sense. Okay. That's what I thought. I've never played XCOM, so I wouldn't 100% know regardless. Yep. I should probably just keep to this. I'm trying really hard right now to let the indecisiveness make me change games. Listening to the soundtrack. Listen, it's just very tempting to be like, you know what? Banjo-Kazooie. I could try out the N64 controller, even though there would be no sort of save file or anything like that. I have my one save file. And I probably shouldn't start an entire other file just for the sake of trying out an N64 controller. Do not play Iron Man if you play XCOM, not fun. You regularly do this to yourself where you do modes that you, or things that are not fun to you. I did manage to get one. It had been restocked on their website a couple of weeks ago, and I went to go place an order for it on my mobile phone when I found out their website was having a very hard time being able to process anything. And the first time I tried to place the order, it said there was an error, so it didn't go through. I had no order confirmation, I had no charge, and I had nothing in the order history. So I went and I put the order again, but this time did it through my desktop. It went through, I got the order confirmation. I figured, okay, I'm good now. And then I get a second order confirmation like 15 minutes later. So both orders ended up going through. So now I just have two N64 controllers, which is now going to be in case me and Apprentice want to be able to play some N64 games together. I don't know, honestly. I know they were changing around a lot of their store stuff. And I think soon-ish here, the Nintendo store is going to be having trouble with letting you place orders for Wii U and 3DS games and whatnot. Oh, I completely did not get any of this at all. Which also means I need to get on top of grabbing some games. I don't know the exact time. I was hearing something to where cards, I guess, weren't going to be working on there anymore, but I hadn't seen the specifics of it, so it seemed like they were going to try and start to close down little bits and pieces of it. And there's some stuff that just hasn't come to the Switch yet, so I would like a way of being able to play what's on the Wii U right now. Or at least accessible. I know technically emulation is an option. I just like having the things. I get you. We grew up with an N64. We didn't have a whole heck of a lot of games, but we had a lot of Mario Party. And we definitely had The Legend of Zelda. And Banjo-Kazooie and Super Mario 64. I imagine it's pretty expensive for you then. It's still dirty on this. Well, something's still dirty on it. Didn't bother to release it. Ah, gotcha. Some part of this is still... There it is. There it is. How much of these are still dirty? Wait. That's still dirty. Nice! Pot roast is good. We ended up just having hot pot yesterday, which was much needed after having to do all the talking and just being emotionally drained. I had some Apex dailies that I ended up just not finishing because I just figured, you know what, I'm too mentally drained for this right now. As it is, there are still some Apex dailies I haven't finished today, but we're just having some bad luck. There's still something on here that is dirty. Must have grabbed it. Oh, I didn't even clean this at all. Oof. That was at Furnace today. Granted, they would not fully understand why he would take a mental day off. The other reason he did not work today, though, was because his teammates were going to get together and do a team building exercise games of 2 truths and 1 lie, and with everything going on recently, not super keen to find out which one of your coworkers is not the best. So he opted out through metaphorically being sick. Rocky, no, you can't do the questions like that. It has to be something about you. So, is this just its own part? Think so? Does this connect to this? No, it does not. This is just its own thing. Oh. Sitting here trying to figure out what's still dirty. Of course, it would be the little nubs. Oh, it's the nubs also dirty over here somewhere. Yes. I was about to say, they don't look dirty. Apparently they were. It's always the rivets. It always is. I also realized that at some point tomorrow, probably should think about what to do food-wise, because we're gonna go... One of us is gonna go food shopping tomorrow. Need to think of what our plan is gonna be food-wise for the next couple days. I saw that. Which one is this? Okay. Well, somewhere on here it's dirty. Swear to God that I'm just gonna finish cleaning this train, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? Let's just play in Banjo-Kazooie. But I can't be doing that. I can't be starting games again. Which only makes me realize more and more just how powerful people are when they make schedules and are able to properly decide that, hey, on this Tuesday, I'm going to play Banjo-Kazooie, or on Thursday, I am going to art. Because that is planning ahead for... That's just a lot of mental planning ahead. Because what if you get to the day and you don't feel up to arting? Smoke door handle? No? Wait, cab furnace handle. Is it not one of these? Furnace handle. No, it just says hatch. That's the door. Is that it? That is it. Still dirty. What's still dirty on you, buddy? Oh, you're just having a lot of rust. Okay. Coupling rods. What do you mean you did that with their shower cries? Is it this handle? It is. Okay, I'm looking for then some of the coupling rods, I guess? You keep a schedule? I don't know how that pertains to a schedule, but okay. Right? Oh, it's these buddies. Which means I have a lot on the train that I still need to check. Actually, no, it's the long one. It's the long one. I don't have as much to check as I thought. Okay, this was a lot quicker of a check than I thought. Anyone scheduling anything? What do you mean keep it consistent? Took about an hour and a half. So, you know what? Let's see how long it takes to do this gnome. I feel like I haven't seen this nozzle in a while. Can I change it? Can I change it? Please? No. You can only keep certain ones for the job. And look, it's our gnome friends. Is that part of grub? It sure is. Actually, can this be good enough? in terms of thinking of schedule things, part of me has been considering if I should include what game I would be playing that particular day. But also, my brain has been like, are you really going to be able to commit to this? Gotta wake up early to feed the puppers. That's fair. Thanks for popping in for a bit. The end of the month slowly approaches. And also quickly approaches. And I really should try and have some sort of a schedule figured out here soon. Because I promised June. I had figured that maybe I would have an answer to some other stuff before I planned. Oh, I definitely need this, I think. But, I haven't quite yet. And one of them is, unfortunately, still waiting another month. And I don't know if I should just try and have a schedule for a month and just see how it goes, I guess. But based on the implications of the subathon, I guess I made it seem like this was gonna be a permanent change. I'm just real bad at planning things, I think, for myself is what it is. Maybe put her bed in my room so she can sleep a bit after she eats. That's a good plan. That is an option as well. I do also have, at least right now, the other doc of which one should be the main focus for finishing that I have started in terms of streams. So I think a little bit later on tonight, I'll work to put a scene together in OBS for that. So that way that's just ready to go. Because I did consider doing it tonight, but I just did not have it set up. Let's see. Actually, thinking about it, what? Hang on. I just had a question for myself, and I want to see real quick. Because I know in the forefront of my mind. I know you can't hear me, but I really enjoy being able to hear him giggle. So the overall winner was the randomizer Nuzlocke, which you know could end at any time, depending on how good or bad things go. And there's a 3-way tie for second. Which would be interesting. One of them would probably have to be a little setup, I think. I think I need to grab the save file from what I had going on with Mass Effect from my other computer. I think I have to go grab it at least. But other than that, I don't think there would really be anything else I would need to set up in terms of the rest of the games. This is turning into a really pretty fountain. Granted, it was already pretty. It was just completely dirty. like how I just start focusing on one area, get completely sidetracked by another area. I do too. It has big mermaid vibes, I think, is what it is. Which you would think I would lean into mermaid vibes based on my name. But I think I just had enough of it growing up that it's just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good with not bringing that to part of the online me. You would think I would focus on one area at a time. But this is assuming I have the attention span for that kind of thing. Which is why I'm real bad at being able to make a schedule. And I know that whatever I put forth is something I could technically change if I want to. It doesn't have to stay the same. I'm just really bad with being able to have that be the same in terms of, yeah, I know mentally I could change this, but also, what if I'm not allowed to change it? Mermaids are great, and the lore of mermaids is also pretty fun to look into further. And it also wasn't too long ago where I saw a post saying how mermaids typically would lure sailors to their death by, you know, saying the sorts of what they want, alluring them into the sea. And how for a non-binary person, it would probably be singing about, like, pasta or something. Singing about food. So the aspect of mermaids singing about pasta or food and things has also been stuck in the forefront of my mind in terms of mermaids. I think some of it was like also garlic bread or something like that. It was a very good idea in terms of it. I wish I had the link to it still, so that way I could share it. I imagine it was a Tumblr post screenshot, though, that was shared to Tumblr at some, or no, a Tumblr post that was screenshot and shared to Twitter. So trying to get a hold of that would be quite a bit. You know, I just processed that there's just that huge piece in the middle. And I've done maybe, you know what? I've done 5% of this based on what is telling me in the upper left-hand corner. So even though I feel like I've gotten a good chunk of it done, I've barely touched it. Oh, something else that comes to mind too. I was shown a place for being able to watch the Rise of the TMT show. And part of me was thinking, what if I just finish the section in Discord for a watch party like I said I was going to do months ago? And I just add watching Rise of the TMT with people. Because the movie's going to be coming out in a couple of months. And I watched a couple episodes of it, and I adore the animation. A lot of what I've seen in terms of it has been what I've seen shared on Twitter in terms of the animation for it. But in terms of the characters that I was seeing, and just the overall animation of the entire thing, was 100% up my alley. But I also love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So you can't really go wrong with me in terms of it. And as soon as I say that, I'm also immediately think of the live action movie they did back in, what, the 90s? It is. Those were a time. You don't quite remember how a costume is done as a child, but when you go back and look at it as an adult, you sure do remember that because they had to wear costumes, that you definitely could see teeth. I have a lot of things I want to do, and sometimes not the attention span to be able to plan all the things, because I get easily distracted at times. I got sketches done for the zine that I'm a part of. I have emote commission stuff I need to work on. It's all been a heck of a time. I have. It's still been quite a few years, but I have watched them as an adult. I still enjoy them, but also the costumes that they had to go with. You don't remember it being quite so cursed. To be fair, I also watched the live action Super Mario movie a lot as a kid. And I know that is not held up at all in terms of things, because it wasn't super great to begin with, but also I have not watched it as an adult. I've only gone and seen screenshots from it, so I really want to go back and watch it. Be like, so how bad is this actually? As an adult, with adult mindset, how bad is this? You know, I think part of me just wants to go and I think clean this entire bed of it. when you see a disaster, if that's you going to Google things, I apologize in advance. The screenshots alone are already quite a time. You was a Cupid. Hi, Myth. You came in at us talking about old childhood cringy things. How are you doing? No? Okay. That is fair. Not good, but doing better and have cheese. I feel you. Granted, I imagine the reason why you're not doing good is very different. But I hope you're able to feel even better. And cheese makes a lot of things better. Man, this is still taking a while. Oh, I'm not even getting it as clean as I want. You can't go wrong with cheese. Unless you're allergic to cheese. And you probably shouldn't be having cheese. And I say probably because I know there are plenty of lactose intolerant people that will still go for the cheese. It sure is. Extreme allergic reactions all day. Found out there was a warning posted in my county about higher air pollution to stay inside if possible. Oh no! I imagine that's probably why you had some extreme allergic reactions possibly as well. It's a good block of Gouda. Take a bite. It was the good cheese. Yeah, for the good cheese. I thoroughly enjoy pepper jack cheese. You know what? How chaotic can I be with this actually? As a note, the scrolly on my mouse wheel, it's having a time. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it decides that with every scroll down, it's going to scroll up and then scroll down. So if you see the nozzle kind of going all over the place, that's what's happening. They're very good choices, Myth. Lived in Montana this summer was full of smoke and my asthma. Disagreed. Oof. I'm hoping it's not the mouse, like, dying on me. But also, this was an issue that I had with my last mouse. It probably does not like that me switching weapons in Apex so much results in me scrolling the mouse wheel. But also, I do not know. Because some days it works and some days it does not. Let me... This entire thing is just so dirty. But yeah, point being, you can't really go wrong with cheese. There can sometimes be a semi-favorite, but also feels very situational on what you're gonna like for any particular dish. Like pizza. I could probably put pepper jack on pizza, but if there's mozzarella available, why not just use mozzarella? I'm sure I could make a cheese sauce with pepper jack. But also Parmesan cheese, you could just make some Alfredo sauce. Oh, there are different sections of this floor, heck. Fresh mozz and basil pizza. That sounds amazing. And alas, I don't know if Marvel would ever do that. But that does remind me that we are getting Miss Marvel soon, apparently. And I'm pretty sure Disney Plus has Owl House. So that's something I still need to finish watching through. Huzzah, we have one part of it done. Feel small pings of regrets for the fact that I was like, oh, this shouldn't take too terribly long. Took us like an hour and a half to clean the train. And instead, I'm 14% done. Owl House is good. I just only had access at the time to my parents' Disney Plus account, which wasn't technically theirs. It was technically my older sister's, and I'm not gonna ask my older sister for the Disney Plus account info. I would rather just have my own. You have Disney Plus for Hamilton? Never seen Hamilton. I've heard good things about it. And I also did get Disney Plus for a month. So I could watch that one movie. I now cannot for the life of me remember it. To be fair, Myth, I'm sure I've seen plenty of spoilers. I just bear no context of it at the moment, so I don't know what would technically be spoilerish. I'm sure I could always add it to the, hey, don't let these things come to me. But also a lot of the quote-unquote spoilers that come to me anyway are not great about labeling them from what show anyway, so it's always hard to try and basically spoiler tag those out of your feed. Found out recently Lin-Manuel did the soundtrack for Moana. I don't know who that is. I imagine I've probably heard their work. And to give context for the movie that I was talking about that I bought a month of Disney Plus for, we should just do this so it's less jarring for everybody watching at least. The movie that came out recently about the red panda, I realize that's not super descriptive. Oh, they gave us tutorial, Myth, and you can be stationed in one place, and you can just shoot the nozzle, apparently. I don't know if this is new, or it's always been there, and I just didn't know it until it forced tutorial on me. But, yeah. We can be stationary, and just nozzle things. Turning red, thank you. Hey, hero. So basically just talking about shows that I've been meaning to watch, and I just need to finish basically setting up the things in Discord to be able to do it, because that will be a part of schedule things of like, hey, every other week we get together for like a movie, or watching Mob Psycho 100 because I really want to go through that again, or watching Rise of the TMT because I was shown where I could watch it. I want to watch Mob Psycho again because it's been so long, and also I don't know if it's technically season 3 or part 3 technically, but that's going to be coming out at the end of the year. And I would like a refresher. And Mob is a good boy. You know what? This is a good stationary spot. You ever finished the first season? I enjoyed it. But I also know it could just be me. There's a possibility that others here might not like it, and that's a-okay. It's very weird just seeing my character be stationary and just hosing this all down. It happens, Hero. I'm sure there's plenty of times that I have looked at the art style of something and I've gone, you know what? I don't think this is for me. Been wanting to start to watch Castlevania. That is fair. Me and Perna still need to finish watching that one. To be fair, 5Ds kind of took over our lives. Metaphorically. But we're almost done with 5Ds, and, like, I don't want it to be over, but also, I'm just mad that there are certain characters that have not come back, and the longer it goes on, it's just like, well, I guess these characters are just purely for Season 1, and they're not coming back. And because of their context in Season 1, it makes me a little salty. Or a lot salty. He hears about it a lot. So I don't get why the green guys make you angry, but they do. That's fair. I know some people have been really hyping up what is it, Spy Family? And that seems like that would be fun to go through. I should probably actually focus and do the rest of this. Oh, I'm only like halfway. I'm only like halfway through this. Well, I don't suppose we could just... I don't suppose we could do this. I don't know if this works. Probably not, honestly. Probably not. Because I probably was supposed to put soap on. Okay, yes. This is stone. So I would like stone cleaner. It goes through the soap so quickly. I don't know how well it's helping. Think about it, this is really intense music to be doing for cleaning. Only a man at the end of that version. I don't know if I've heard that. Unless you mean welcome into the internet, and then in which case I have heard that. I know when Mob Psycho 100 first came out, I tried to go read the manga. And the manga was way too rough for me to try to read. There was just a lot of polish and smoother way of storytelling that they implemented into the anime. Which obviously they would have to because it's anime. But it helped it enough for me to be able to enjoy watching it. Trying to go and read the manga, and usually I like the manga more. It was just too much. Well... Wait a sec. You know, that's quite the rest of the body for a cat. Man, this is just taking so long. Does this clean it away? It does. But it takes so much. Yeah, I sure do need to refill the cleaning. I sure do. Soap goes so quickly. Might have gone overboard on the rosemary. A little on the strong side, I imagine. Also, I left that move out command going because I figured we were doing floppy night tonight. Whoopsies. Oh, wells. I can't imagine anyone would be able to spoil PowerWash Sim. But you know what? It would be interesting to see him try. Huh. You think you may have? Spoiler warning, things get clean. Yes. I'm not sure how you could have, Myth, but... Unless people don't want to know what's up ahead, or anything like that. In which case, I could understand that. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of in terms of spoiler, but eh. At least you'll know for next time with pot roast how much to, I guess, not put on to the pot roast. To be fair though, I'm very much I will eyeball the recipe and I will eyeball my measurements. You want 1 tablespoon? I will eyeball 1 tablespoon. If it's more than that though, I will generally measure it out to make sure it is good, especially when it comes to baked goods. Or something like, go get my chart and then the weird doomsday, just the game was volcano, statue, etc. I usually grab recipes as a metaphorical guideline. And then if there's anything that sounds like it's off about the recipe or with tasting it, it tastes like it's still missing a little bit, I will just go ahead and add it in. This is still dirty. No! I was just like, oh, this place is clean. No, it's not. This is still incredibly dirty. Should be using this nozzle, not the green one. It certainly does just have layers of filth. And even though it looked clean enough for me, because this would be client-based, they'd probably be like, I can still see it. Be like, well, you know, I don't know what I could tell you, other than the fact that I guess I'll clean it. I like how I've consistently gone after cleaning all the gnomes, even though I'm pretty much only keeping to the inner part of this. It wouldn't take this long if I was allowed to use my good nozzle. But instead I have to use this nozzle. Thinking about it. What does this do? Anything? Not really. This effectively doesn't do a whole heck of a lot, other than the fact that I don't have to stand as close to it. I don't know if that helps any. I guess I could help if I just am standing right here and just do it like this. This still feels weird though. Doing it like this feels weird. I think it's just because I've done everything else the same way. That trying to do it this way is weird. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it is. Hi, critic. I hope you're feeling okay. Hopefully a little bit better. Thank you, Myth. I'm sure they understand. Especially with just the world in itself right now. Severe allergies. Oof. I'm glad they're giving you something that's helping with it. Allergies, though, are a rough heckin' time. I don't know if having this short extender nozzle on helps at all. I like to think it does, though. Okay, that's okay. Hopefully it is just allergies. I imagine it might be a mixture of not only allergies, but the fact that you traveled. Hopefully it's not COVID related. But I imagine being that they gave you stuff for allergies and that's helping, that's probably not. Hopefully. That's good at least. Thank goodness for that. Would this help now that I have the short extender on? Maybe. Hard to say. Just realized a silly thing you can do for tomorrow's stream. You're streaming tomorrow, Myth. Is tomorrow a particular day? Other than Friday? General world events and the intake appointment yesterday were rough. But other than that, I'm doing pretty okay. And we don't have to go too deeply into world eventy stuff right now. Because I keep looking at the news. Or news-related things. Or people sharing posts. And just getting mad. They are important, but also rough. Yeah, there's like on one side, everyone's having it kind of rough right now in terms of the news, but also the people that are not having it rough right now in terms of the news and decide that they have some sort of hot take in all of this. Makes me mad. Oh, my phone's gonna die. Hang on. Let me plug this in real quick. No, I get you. I haven't watched. Honestly, I haven't watched TYT in over a year. No particular reason. It was just something my ex was super into watching, so I only really watched it when he was around because he was watching it. But even so, some of it is not just news related of sorts. Just people deciding that they're gonna be shitty on top of it being shitty. Have energy and everyone's been streaming around when I had the spoons. That is fair. I just try to stream anyway, so that way I'm not like... Because if I streamed every time someone else, like not streamed every time someone else was streaming, I probably wouldn't be as consistent as I have been with it. Because then the anxiety would set in of like, there's a lot of people streaming tonight, maybe I shouldn't stream tonight. That sounds nice, Critic. I haven't played any of the Rhythm Heaven games. Part of me doesn't understand the beat of it, but also I usually only see it when it's like super far into it, so that might be playing a part in why it looks like that. Oh, I don't know if I'd get the beat of this down. Apparently the 3DS Wii U stores will still accept e-gift cards. Wait, did it already close it? I thought I still had time. Or do I now need to rely on gift cards? This song released a song Wario Garlic album using only WarioWare sounds. Nice, Myth. That sounds neat. I haven't listened to a whole lot of their stuff, but anything I've heard in terms of it has always been real nice. And honestly, a lot of it comes from VisiStream, to be fair. There we go. Don't have the options to add funds while on my 3DS. Interesting. You know what? I'm curious. Hang on. Y'all can't see what I'm doing, but let me check the Wii U real quick. That's why you made the email. That's fair. No. Select me. I like how I told it I wanted it to go to the e-store and it still decided to send me to the main menu anyway. Sorry, let me point you at something appealing. Like this gnome. In the blue sky. Okay. I may have put quite a bit on here, but don't worry about that. Let's see, what should I test this with? No. No. Wait, why is this on the list? I have this. Nice, Smith. Yeah, I guess it is already locked. Heck. Because I had my PayPal connected to it. Well, that's a bummer. I thought I still had time. Well, I guess I need to figure out all of what I want to grab from those eShops, get a gift card, and just purchase all of them. Such a bummer. I thought I had more time. I thought it was the end of the month. Fortunately, the gift cards work. Heard if your account is linked to your Switch one, that you can add funds that way, but that might not work anymore. That's fair. I don't mind doing the gift cards because I'm pretty sure the gift card would still be attached to your Nintendo account, I would think. So anything that doesn't get used, I can use for like Switch or something like that. It's just a bummer that I could have swore I had more time, and them saying that they were closing it next year, I don't feel like it's entirely clear if they intended to take away one of the main aspects of being able to process the payments. Thinking of what to do for sub badges, keeping the potion thing, or gold the scrolls. That's entirely up to you. I also haven't forgotten about emote things. Things have just been busy lately. Still. Things do be busy. Especially when you're trying to mentally better yourself. Well, this is the entire level for here. Just need to do these gnomes. And the front. I will say that my intake appointment for my first therapist and this intake appointment that I had yesterday had some very different lines of questioning. And a lot of the questions that he asked yesterday were things I had already filled out in the paperwork, so I'm not sure if it's just wanting to kind of get it more in-depth answer than what they would have had in the form I filled out, or if it's just for the sake of maybe they could have fibbed, so let's have them tell us in person. I don't know. There we go. Gnome friend is clean. There we go. Having a hard time generally mental health and job. I'm out in for your current bills. Ugh. I getcha. It's not easy. And before, in terms of seeing my first therapist, because of job not working with me in terms of my hours to be able to still make the appointments, and I didn't really have the money to be going anyway, I ended up not being able to do it anymore. It is a rough journey to try and be healthier in any capacity. And I say that because I know there are some people that try to make it sound like it's going to be super easy, like just do the thing. But it's not. It's not that. Just that. It's not just about doing that. Yeah, just don't be sad, people. To be fair, my ex was technically one of those people, so. He was the, I have depression, and I just choose to be happy, and thus I'm happier. You could choose to be happier too. Which, you know, is not the logic. It's not your fault. I am long since removed from it, luckily. Just have to do the things I need to do to be able to more fully recover from it. Because brain do like to hold on to things at times. Because yelling is going to fix low self-esteem. That is a rough thing to go through. That sounds like it's the kind of logic of there are people out there that have it worse than you, so why are you depressed kind of thing, which is also not how any of that works. What's still dirty on this gnome? A lot, apparently. Yeah, a lot, apparently. I didn't even apparently bother to get the back. Well, that's all the gnomes, at least. I'm glad that you're outside of that kind of environment. Now, granted, it doesn't mean that the damage is automatically undone, because boy howdy, that's sure not how that works. But at the very least, I know for me, being outside of that means at least healing can happen. No, 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 no. There we go. You know what? I don't think this nozzle's working. I don't think that nozzle's doing me any good with this. I'm probably gonna need it for the top of the fountain. Actually, we're almost 50% through. It is taking me an hour to get halfway through this. Can't be trusted with eyesight. Asks, hey, how do I learn to be good at X? Honestly, look over and make an excuse and then say the conversation never happened, then 2 weeks later being called out on it. That's weird. I'm glad you have a better support of friends, though. There we go. Part of me is now thinking, I wonder if I didn't finish the job and close it for the day, would it save all that I've done so far? Or would I have to do another hours of work to get back to where it was? Because I didn't realize it would give me this nozzle when I went to go do this. And that's a little bit of a bummer that I saved up the money to get the good nozzle. Let me use my good nozzle. Though I imagine that because this is now a year after it's been out, they probably didn't want people blazing through it. Which is understandable. I just want to be able to use my things. So imagine your storage unit issues with your replace art stuff with entire life savings. Ugh. Hey. Which I imagine is also not a situation where you're able to easily recover your things. Oh, no, come on. There we go. I know I could not be stubborn and just use the other thing to select my nozzle, but also I already know where all the nozzles are. If it just would work with me. There we go. The only reason I have any remote access to my bank account is because a roommate offhandedly mentioned you can recover an account at X Bank. Thank goodness for that. Get this all cleaned up. No worries. I hope you have a good sleep and hopefully feeling a lot better tomorrow. I don't imagine I'm going to be going terribly late tonight. Especially for the fact that I know I'm already... Today was a low spoon kind of day anyway. And seeing people's hot takes definitely took even more of that. So, part of me is considering seeing if it will let me save. You're welcome. Like I said, it's just people trying to do hot takes or trying to make things funny, and it's just like, this is not funny. Don't do this. Not right now. I imagine so. Tomorrow I really want to see about finishing up emote thing. At least get Miss sketched out and the other one possibly finished. Just so at the very least that is done with, and work more on Zine. I apparently ignored this entire section. For sure. I also want to make sure I'm trying to properly catalog it. Like right now, all of my art projects, I do have a website that I was using to fill in what I want to do for stream, which is fine in terms of a reminder, but not as great of a reminder in terms of what art stuff I need to be working on. So I have used the sticky notes to be able to have that be on the wall next to my monitor. So that way I can just be reminded if there are any specific dates I need to be reminded of with taking care of it, so. I get you. I would at least like to be able to have it doodled out, if that makes sense. Get a rough out. So at the very least, I know it's good. So that way when I know that, hey, I should work on this, that I know it's basically good to go. I get you. And then there's also, like, finishing up the rest of the emotes for this channel, too. And some of the ideas are still written in the other doc, which is fine for them to be there because it's not super on the forefront, like time sensitive or anything like that. I just need to finish thinking up of all the ideas eventually. Well, I guess this is exactly 50%. Real quick. Oh, yeah, this is also stone, but also it is also kind of holding on to it, which means this is also going to be a heck of a time. Do I even have a ladder? Do I have a ladder? I sure do, actually. I sure do. I would like to put this ladder there, please. Bellows flossing. I don't know if I know who that is. How am I supposed to get up there? Am I supposed to jump up here? Sorry, now this has turned into scene. Fuck. I did not finish that. Okay, well, I guess to get up here, I have to jump up here. You know what? We're gonna clean this gnome friend. How about this gnome friend is clean, and then we'll clean the rest of this later. I don't imagine it would require you to have the entire thing super done in one go. We'll get the boop from having gnome friend clean. I'll clean the rest of the edging out there, and then we'll probably call it there. No, please stay still. Oh, I sure hope it's not actually counting the rest of this. Nope, that's rock. Okay. It's not. But that also means it wants the long nozzle. It sure does. It sure wants the long nozzle, and I don't want to use the long nozzle right now. Like, it looks clean enough. You know, I guess there is some of the top of it that is, exceptionally dirty. This gnome has a crown, actually, now that I see it. So maybe this is just a king of gnomes for this fountain. Is this good enough? Is this good enough? No. Okay, that's good enough. It's good enough for that. Okay, where was it? Where was it? Nope, that's not what I wanted. There it is. This doesn't make it exactly 50% anymore being clean, but it's fine. Okay, is that all of it? Is that all of this? I don't want to end up forgetting. I think so. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. So, I guess the first question is going to be... No. Those specials. Okay. It does save it. It saves it as an in-progress one. So you know what? I'm good with that. Let's see. Guys, it's almost 1 o'clock, which is not exceptionally late, and I'm probably going to be up for a hot minute. But... I think that's a good place to call it for me mentally tonight. Thank you all for hanging out for a bit. I know this was definitely a later stream, and also technically a shorter stream, compared to what I normally have. But hopefully, it was a good time with being able to talk and whatnot. Deer is back from having moved, so we can go yeet. Love it, deer. I'm not entirely sure what they're playing. All it says is retro. Did I see the post in Discord? I did not. Hang on. If my mouse will cooperate with me, which it is right now, just having a time. I'm not sure where it is. I'm probably not saying it. It's fine. My mouse is just giving me trouble. Let's go eat, love it, dear. Next stream will be on Saturday sometime.